Shiloh Road, AGC Austin, Texas here. I want to talk for just a minute. We're going to talk about OSHA 10. What are you covering? What are you going over when you're doing your OSHA 10? Why have an OSHA 10? OSHA 10 is awareness training for your employees out in the field. You want folks to be able to stop for just a minute and think, hey, I remember something about this. I need to stop and think about it. I need to get more information before I proceed. So one of the things you look at when you're doing OSHA 10, OSHA 10 has certain portions that are set up that are mandatory hours. You have to cover these particular topics, including introduction to OSHA, where OSHA came from, what they're about, what their mission is, and what they're going to do on your job sites, how to contact them, what rights you have under OSHA for workers, what employers are supposed to be doing, and then whistleblower protection laws. Then you're going to get into what we call our focus 4. You're going to cover fall protection. You're going to go over your fall protection systems and your criteria. We're going to cover electrocution hazards, and we're going to cover caught in between hazards. And the last of the final 4, we picked that up on our second day of training. We're going to go into struck by. And those are portions that are required under the mandatory training. We're also going to go into personal protective equipment, life-saving equipment, and the health hazards in construction. Those are things that we're going to cover under the mandatory that are part of the 10 hours of OSHA 10. Then you're going to go into your elective hours that you can go in and pick up. Under the electives here, we're looking at covering material handling and storage, scaffolding, ladders, tools, fire protection, fire prevention, and they're also going to go in and cover as a refresh and a final note. We're going to go back over and talk about electrical safety and our lockout tagout programs. This is set up so it takes 2 days that you cover it. It's got mandatory breaks and covered into it. Our lunch times are covered into it, and it's not too much to be taken all at once, drinking from the fire hose, so to speak. So, but this is what you should be looking at when you're doing your OSHA 10. This is what our goals are in your OSHA 10. So again, it's awareness training for those topics that we talked about. It gives you just enough information so when you're working on the job and you go, I remember this is what OSHA is about. This is how they came up. This is something I remember about fall protection. Hey, when it comes to electrocution, when it comes to lockout, tag out, when it comes to electrical safety, I remember taking this. Or there's something about caught in between. Cave-ins can be a caught in between. Let's look at making something safer for that. Struck by. Your PPE, what's covered, what's not covered. How am I supposed to get on my scaffolds? How am I not supposed to? What do I look for as an employee out in the field? What do I look for on my ladders? What am I looking for with my tools and everything? If my hammer drill has the attachments that come on and off, do I have to put all of them on it, or what's required? And then again, we would cover our fire protection and prevention systems, extinguishers. How do you properly use them? What are they required? What are your spacing for it? And those topics. But just a little note to say, hey, this is what we're covering out there when you're talking about doing your OSHA 10. Thanks a lot. Stay safe. We'll see you out there the next time. Bye.